So there is the last chapter which we have read, that is the Princess Aubergine. It is a Pakistani folk story and the story of a girl who was raised by a farmer who lost his land and nothing to eat. So he found a plant of aubergine. He planted at outside his house and watered it and take care of that plant. And one day when they have nothing to eat, his wife started cutting aubergine, and there is a girl stepped out from the aubergine, and they gave her the name Princess Aubergine. She was too beautiful, and the queen invited her and asked her to stay in the palace like a sister, because queen wanted to kill her and she was also a skilled magician. So she made a strong spell and asked Princess Aubergine that in what thing her life lay, and princess replied, in his sons. So queen killed all his 7 sons, but princess is still alive. One day she made the strongest spell. Then she came to know that how princess will die. She put that necklace and princess died. But as princess' last wish that she should not be buried or burned, so she is at the north side on the bed with the flowers. One day when king went to hunting at north, he saw a beautiful lady sleeping. He went there for several months and he saw a child was playing with her. When child started speaking, king asked about his mother and child told the whole story. Princess requested to king that he should kill the queen if he wants to marry Princess Aubergine. King ordered to dug the hole outside the palace with the snakes and threw queen in it and married to the Princess Aubergine. So the exercises which we have done from this page, from this chapter, that are exercise A of page number 39. For each word give another word of the opposite meanings. It means that you will have to write the opposite of the words which are given. Exercise B of page number 39. List A contains words from the passage. Find a word or phrase in list B with a similar meaning to each word in list A as used in the passage. So this exercise should be done like the match the columns, right? There is an exercise A of page number 40 in which you will have to change the sentences into question by changing the word order, right, my dear students? Vocabulary meanings, phrases, idioms meanings, and phrasal verb meanings of all chapters are included in your syllabus. You should learn the whole thing, right, my dear students? These are the exercises from your book which is included in the evaluation test. Let's moving towards your poem. There is a poem which we have read, that's the Morning Merriment, in which I told you about that how the morning is too much refreshing for us, and what happened, what is the good start of the morning, and what should we do in morning, right? So there is an exercise in your book in which you will have to write the answers of the question. The number 1 is imagine and pen down what makes your morning merry. B, try writing a simple couplet on sunrise. C, a good day needs a good commencement. You will have to describe the line. And D, give one rhyming word for each of the following. So you people already knew that what are the rhyming words, the words which have the same sounds. Now let's moving towards your grammar. We have done the tenses. What are the tenses? Tenses are the time, and there are 3 types, that present, past and future, and all 3 types have 4 kinds of tenses: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous tenses. So in present simple tense, what is present simple tense? It is used to state an action which occurs on regular basis in present. These actions include your habitual or repeated action, like the things you do repeatedly or whatever your daily routine is, it's come in the present simple tense. So what was the structure of this tense? You will have to understand it, because subject plus first form of verb plus object, and subject plus first form of verb plus SES plus object. So my dear students, let's keep one thing in your mind, that with the third person singulars you will have to add S and ES with the verbs, right? With the third person singular you will have to add S and ES with the verb, and with first and second person there is no need to add anything with the verbs. So while making negative and interrogative, we are using helping verbs, that are do and does. with first person and second person we are using do, and with third person we are using does. And when we use does in a sentence, there is no need to write s and es with the verbs, right? Moving towards the next tense, that is the past simple tense, which describes an action that happened or completed in past, or you can say that which is the action which is just completed. So the structure of that tense is subject plus second form of verb plus object, and the examples are given over there. Ali went to the market and I watched movies. So my dear students, while making negative and interrogative of past simple tense, we are using did, and while we use did in a sentence, there is no need to add the second form of the verb, right? In future simple tense, it is used to refer an action which takes place after the time of speaking. So what was the structure? Structure is subject plus will plus first form of verb plus objects. And what are the examples? That I will write a letter, they will go to watch movie. So this is also called the will tense. So my dear students, moving towards another tense, that is the present continuous tense. So what we are doing now, we are studying English. So my dear students, let's keep it in your mind that this tense is to use to describe things that is happening, or you can say actions in progress, right? So whatever you are doing, the action which is continue in the present time is present continuous tense, right? The action which is continued in the present time is present continuous tense. We are using helping verbs is, am, are. With I we can use am, with he, she, it we can use is, and with we, you, they we can use are.
In past continuous tense, it's used to describe an action or event that happened at a specific time in the past. So we will use I, he, she, it, and any singular name we use was as a helping verb, and you, we, they, or any plural name we using were as a helping verb.
Future, there is a structure, you will have to use the helping verb will be. So subject plus will be plus first form of verb plus ing plus object, and there are some examples given. So my dear students, just keep it in mind that while making continuous tenses, you will have to add the ing form of the verbs. So our next topic is the letter writing, that I have discussed the types of the letter writing, that is the formal letter and informal letters. So basically formal letters are the official letters which you have written to the officials or the concerned authorities, and the letters which you are writing to your principal or to your teacher, these letters followed a specific pattern, right? But informal letters are written to your relatives, your friends, your parents, so they should not be followed by a pattern. So my dear students, this is all which we have done in your online studies up till now. So let's talk about the guideline for online studies evaluation test. The test is of 25 marks and is of 90 minutes, in which all the exercises which we discussed are including. But as you know that we discussed the unseen paper, so the paper is unseen, don't get panic, just understand the exercise and you will have to solve it easily, right? आपको just exercise समझनी है, the concept behind the exercise, and you will have to solve it easily, right? That's all for today. Best of luck for your evaluation test. See you in the next session. Allah Hafiz.